What is happening? We are live now on 3 different platforms at the exact same time. This is the beauty of the Streamcast. We have our Instagrammers right here in the corner. What I need to know is if you can hear me. We had a heck of a time last time we got on here. Bad signal. This could cause us to not have any fans or anyone that can hear, and that would be a shame because we got some great announcements. So if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I'm going to go to my comments here, and basically I get feedback from you. And we have A. Sark and Mary Casanova who tell me yes we can. Hashtag yes we can. Perfect. Thank you, sound checkers. So with that said, let me make sure we're going live here. Instagram is acting up right now, which is fine. I don't really care. The main thing is you guys are here and you're more important. There's way more of you, but it does kind of lead into what I'm going to talk about today. So we want to make sure Instagram kind of can get online, you know. But yeah, the problem is when these apps are running all at the same time, drama's going to happen, let me tell you. So the first thing we do is we always ask a fun question as we're waiting for people to get on. So let's put it up. It's up on the board. You guys know what to do. This helps me decide where to tour. I'll tell you one time, enough people put, we're in Miami, Florida. Bam, I knew exactly where I needed to go next time I performed. So that's what we will do. Miami Floridians and everyone else in between. So I will also highlight to show you that my fans and friends and subscribers and supporters, whatever you want to be called, come to us from all around the world. Manhattan Beach, California, it's where I first moved as soon as I got a decent job. I love that place. Go Manhattan Beach. Beautiful spot, and it's right near the beach, boy! Louisiana in the house. Throw you on the board. Whoa, we got a Mexican in the house. Nothing wrong with that. The way I said it might have sounded racist to the typical leftist, but we have a Mexican in the house. There's nothing more I can say about it. If you got a problem with it, that's on you. So I'm going to now hold Instagram in my hand. These are my Instagrammers, folks. Why don't you guys look at each other and talk? Whoa, it's like a time warp. Look at that. It's like a movie within a movie within a movie. The reason I have to hold you, Instagram, is because the computer is too loud. It's making a buzzing sound. So, Instagrammers, just so you know, we're on YouTube right now, and there's cool graphics going on. You guys are at the kiddie table. You don't get to see it. But it's time to tell you some important updates, and I think you're going to enjoy them. The first update is this is my 15-year anniversary as a comedian, the month of February. So while some people are celebrating Black History Month, I'm not. I'm celebrating my anniversary for comedy. Comedy is such a tough career. People tell you you're never going to make it, don't do it, get a real job, you need to quit. All those people were right. However, I didn't listen, so here I am talking to you fine people. That's just kind of what happens. So I hope you've enjoyed my 15 years worth of comedy because I have most of it on YouTube, and there's 400 videos. Some are comedy clips, some are sketches, some are cooking shows. And lately, we've been making fun of the idiot Joe Biden, which has been, it's how I've met most of you. I believe I had 70,000 subscribers and then started making fun of Joe Biden, and now I have 190,000. And there's a very good reason for that. Mainstream media taught us it's okay to make fun of the president for the last 5 years. They made fun of the way he looked, the color of his skin, the way that his hair flopped around. They made fun of his body, his fat, his gender, his race, everything in between, all the things they tell us not to talk about. And now there's a new president and there's a vacuum. Have you noticed? Stephen Colbert doesn't make fun of Biden every night, but there's a wealth of comedy for the beta male, but he doesn't want to touch it. Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, scared to death. Jimmy Corden, rather sing in the car about karaoke than make fun of the new president. The old one, it's okay, but this one, kind of stupid, feels bad to them. Jimmy Ellen, Jimmy Oprah, all of the late night and daytime talk show hosts refuse to make fun of the president that's giving us more material than any other in my life. And I have fans on here who are 12, 14, 18 years old. Let me tell you, if you think this is a weird time in the world, you're right. Usually kids are like, this is the weirdest time ever. It's like, no, dude, you're just 5. But right now is literally the weirdest time ever. We have a president who cannot finish a sentence, and the mainstream media will lie and say, well, he has a stutter. He doesn't have a stutter. He messes up numbers. Like 100 million and 100 other million, which will be a billion mil, 2 billion million. I'm sorry. And then they go, well, that's just a stutter. That's a stutter, okay? So that is not a stutter. That is the stutter hoax is what I call it. Anytime someone posts, there's a stutter, say this is the stutter hoax. Comedian Kayvon already told me about it. So we covered, this is my 15-year anniversary as a comedian, and I have a wealth of information, and I'm the only comedian, I can count them on one hand, but I'm the only stand-up comedian that's been doing it for 15 years, and by far the most famous half-Persian comedian in the world to make fun of Joe Biden. And that means hundreds of thousands of people are craving that presidential humor that they've been putting out. Mainstream media put out presidential humor for 5 years, and now they went radio silent. Who's going to fill the void? So I have an idea. Tell me what you think. I bet if we did a talk show, like a late night show, this is my idea. You know how The Daily Show is every night with Trevor No Laughs? He's from Africa and he sounds like he's from England and he tells you how racist this country is. Now that's a stutter. That guy stutters. This is the most white racist country I've ever been to. No, it's not the most white racist country because the day you moved here, they handed you a multi-million-dollar contract to hate on the country that you moved to. So with that said, my idea is to do a show. Let's just put it on Newsmax, put it on Fox News, put it on OAN Network, put it on YouTube. What do I care? And we just do a funny version of The Daily Show, but we make fun of all the things going on right now. And there are plenty of things to make fun of. You've seen that, what's that girl, Psaki? She's the new media. It must be hard to be President Biden's spokesperson because her name is Psaki, and she's not very good at her job. She doesn't know what to say. It's not her fault. Biden doesn't either. So it's the blind leading the blind over there. And Miss Psaki, she doesn't know anything, so she keeps saying she's going to circle back. And I was thinking, oh no, a few times we've been around that track. But it's not supposed to happen like that. You can't just circle back, girl. Can't just circle back, girl. Bum, 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 bum. You know, that's the kind of thing I would launch into on my show. It's the answer to The Daily Show. We could call it The Nightly Show. And it would be actually funny. So please reach out to those networks and say we've got the host for you because I would crush that. Next topic. I'm officially a blue check mark on Instagram. They said it could never be done. As the most famous half-Persian comedian in the world, I've had over 25,000 followers on Instagram for 2-3 years. And now we got up to like close to 29,000 followers. And I have a few hardcore leftist comedian friends. And once they got to 7,000 subscribers on Instagram, they immediately got their blue check. Because, you know, hey. And so I submitted at 25,000. Can I please get my blue check? Because, you know, I'm pretty well known. And actually there are 5 people who've pretended to be me. And if you ever get a message from someone that kind of seems like me, they're using my profile, but they're asking weird questions like, can we please be friends long time? I don't ask like that. Not in public. No, I don't say, can we please be friends long time? I'll write, that's someone from Nigeria, probably works for Jussie Smollett, and they're trying to trick you. So I said, I need a blue check. And they said no. Then in 2019, I applied again. They said no. And you can apply every 90 days, I believe. Something like that. So I applied every 90 days on the clock, on the dot. And finally, I just gave up for the last 6 months. I was done with it. And then I said, you know what? It's 2021. I now have almost 29,000 Instagram subscribers. Let me try one more time. And because my videos have been gaining traction thanks to you guys, they finally reached back to me and said, we can't promise you, but we're going to look into your account. I said, yeah, I've had, can I be your friend long time, fakers trying to trick my fans. I've had this, I've had that. I'm by far the most famous. What? Put it in the comments. Everyone knows now. And they looked it up. They said, actually, we just checked. You are by far the most famous half Persian comedian in the world. And we understand your dad is a Muslim immigrant to America. So that, by default, makes you a leftist. Therefore, boom, you can have your blue check. So, bam! Tricked them! Tricked them! Speaking of which, so I'm blue check now. I gotta mind my manners because if they figure out, like, I can't write too much now because blue checks all kind of follow the same kind of, they march to the same drum, so to speak. And so I just can't go on people's page and rip them a new b-hole because I could lose my blue check. But the idea is now, already, just since I got the blue check, I got 400 new followers today. So maybe people were following the Love You Long Time guy, and now they realize, oh my God, the blue check's over here. I don't know, but thank you for the blue check. That's because of you guys. Next topic. Dry Bar is the world's leading clean comedy network. What is clean comedy? Clean comedy is the kind you can watch with your little brother and your nephew and your grandma in the room. So there's so many shows out there, like even The Tonight Show. They'll put a comedian on, and he's allowed to say, you know, hey, I saw this girl's titties at the beach, you know, boom. That cannot go on Dry Bar. Dry Bar is you have to be extra creative. So not only do you have to have the titties at the beach joke, which we all have, but you have to say, I saw a young lady showing a little too much at the beach. Let's just say she could have used a mask and something else covering the top half. You know, whatever. You can say that. And that's why a clean comedian tend to be, not always, tend to be more clever than the average garbage on Netflix. Because Netflix just like, come on and just say whatever. And so they come on like, yo, motherfucker, what's up, bitch? I saw some titties at the beach. Well, there's no language. Comedy is an art of language. We don't have instruments normally. So you have to say, I was at the beach minding my own business when I was confronted by, let's just say, two buoys. Two very nice buoys. And, wouldn't mind ringing those bells. You know, whatever. You see how much more clever that was? What's up, motherfucker? You saw some titties at the beach, y'all? Some titties at the beach. So that's why the Dry Bar comedians tend to be more clever. The reason I'm telling you all this is Dry Bar released my comedy special yesterday. And it was live, and I was on there chatting with the people as they were watching. I was like, damn! It was hard because the comments were flying by. And look, we already have Michelle Czarnecki or Charnecki or Zarnecki. Very hard to spell. Czarnecki. And she said she found me based on that. Did anyone else catch me based on that? Oh, and look what we have here. We have A Sark. Shout out to you for a super chat, $20. And that is fantastic. That helps me keep these videos coming. So, the Dry Bar comedy special is half hour, clean. I promise you better than 95% anything you'll see on Netflix. And that's me being humble. Okay? So, that was amazing. And look how many people, if you're watching on YouTube, will see, Kayvon, I found you on Dry Bar. I saw it. It got recommended to me. Oh no, my ears. Don't talk about titty on the beach. And all these nice people who found me on Dry Bar. Shout out to all of you. I'm putting you up in the chats. Kilu and Brian who? Brian what? Brian what's up? And so forth. So these are the people who have seen me on Dry Bar. Now, why did I go to Dry Bar? Well, I submitted to Netflix several times and told them, same as Instagram. Why am I having so much trouble trying to convince Instagram to give me a blue check and Netflix to put me on? Because at first Netflix was like, no, we just have Bill Burr. Okay, I get it. No, we just have Jerry Seinfeld. Cool. But now they're like, this is the Netflix special of comedians we just found on the bus. And all these, 70 people get off and do 2 minutes, and you're just like, this is garbage. And I have been on Netflix before, but I've never had my own half hour or 1 hour special. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And it got a little embarrassing when they're like, we just went into this random Arby's and asked these 4 employees, do they want a Netflix special? And they said yes, so here they are. They're like, what's up? You ever get some horsey sauce on your titties? Yeah. That's nasty. Then you try to get the horsey sauce off the titty. You gotta lick it and it's spicy. It's a spicy horsey sauce. And you're like, yo, I don't go to Arby's that much for these jokes to even make sense. And why is he saying titties? So that's why I didn't get anywhere with Netflix so far. They could change their mind once they realize how half Persian and how famous and how much I come from an immigrant Muslim family. But until they realize all that, I went to Dry Bar. I'm like, yo, you guys want this? And their first question was, do you have any jokes about titties? I said, no, I can make one. They said, yes, you can, but you have to take the word titties out. I said, done. And that's how I got the Dry Bar comedy special. All right, so there we have it. And let's see what this person... Thank you. I just got someone who said, Kayvon, you're actually good looking for a half Persian. I will accept that. There are so many unattractive half Persians out there that those of us who get that compliment, technically, we like to accept it if we can. All right, so all the people have seen the Dry Bar so far. And if you haven't seen the Dry Bar, the reason I'm telling you this, please go on there and please take a look at the Dry Bar. And ASARK, thank you for the $20 super chat. All the money goes right back into streaming and buying microphones and lights. And I have to improve my set. If I improve my set, then the closed-minded people that produce things will envision my TV show the way I would like to do it. So that's what we're doing. Instagrammers, I know there's a couple hundred watching. Please go to youtube.com/KayvonComedy. A lot more stuff going on here. Shout out to Amber Nicole, who was in Salt Lake, and she just threw me a little super chat cash, which was as a basic compliment for getting my blue check. Wow. So now I got a blue check. I got some cash from Amber. That is so nice of you. Thank you. All right. So it is now time for the next topic. And I'm trying to throw ASARK on the screen just to give a little name recognition, but it's not letting me. So a little bit of a thing going on. Next. Oh, hi from Canada. Boom. And gun show and abs. Someone said, show me your abs, that's why I'm here. All right, we'll do it since I got my blue check. Bam! Little fat, but I just had Jersey Mike's. All right, that's why we're here. If you like that, contribute to my OnlyFans. I don't have OnlyFans, so go on gofundme.com/tanksgod. Robin, the sound is choppy. Okay, so I apologize. For bad sound. Put that on there. The Wi-Fi sucks here where I am. It's not my Wi-Fi. Not my Wi-Fi. So my apologies for the sound. And this is why I want my own TV show with my own staff, so that they can be doing all this stuff and we're getting a solid signal and so forth. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We're going to go to the next question. Hopefully the sound is working. Is the sound still on? Going in and out. Okay, I apologize. Going in and out, and I'm sorry. We're going to get through this, and hopefully you can hear me. If not, we'll just talk some other time. Next, so we know the Dry Bar special was live. The next thing, USA Today fact-checked me. What do I mean by that? They emailed me. USA Today emailed me and asked me if they could ask me a few questions about a video I put out. How cool is that? Yes. And I told them. They said, tell us about the video where Kamala Harris is kind of yelling at Joe Biden. I said, absolutely. That was during a debate. Kamala Harris looked over and goes, you supported segregationists, and it was hurtful. It was hurtful to me. And also, there was a little girl who could have gone to school on a bus, and there was someone that tried to keep that little girl off the bus. And it was you and your friends, and that little girl was me. Well, a month later, Joe Biden taps Kamala Harris to be the vice president. Wasn't the first time she got tapped. And I guess they agreed. Can I sniff you here and there? She said, yes, absolutely. Heels up, let's go. And she agreed to be his vice president. And she's never talked about how hurtful or that little girl was me, freedom, or any of those other little victim things she yelled at him during the debate. And so USA Today asked me about that. And I said, that's what happened. So USA Today fact checked me. They didn't tell me they're going to do this. They didn't fact check me and go, we spoke to comedian Kayvon, and he posted this video. But what he left out was a month later, Camel Toe Harris said she wasn't that offended and that she is okay with Joe. That wasn't the point. The point wasn't a month later or a week later or even an hour later she didn't back off. The point was during the debate. It was a debate! During the debate, she yelled at Joe Biden for being basically a racist. You don't believe me? Watch the clip. So they're trying to fact check me. So what am I telling you? The fact checkers need to get fact checked. Because that clip was exactly what Camel Toe Harris said to Joe Bumbling Biden during the debate. And even Stephen Colbert. Even Stephen, the most lying, dishonest talk show host on TV, Colbert, beta male Colbert, who will do anything for a Democrat popsicle in his mouth, called out Camel Toe Harris, and she said, it was a debate! He goes, yeah, well, you were getting in there. You were calling him kind of racist and a segregationist. She goes, can we move on, please? Because I'm trying to work for this guy now. So anyway, that's why they fact-checked me. If you see my name fact-checked in the USA Today, I consider it a point of pride. And now I will share the fact check with you because I have that capability. So let's do it. And I believe, here's what I like to do. Because I want to still see you guys while we're showing this, let's put it up in the side. Yeah, this is going to be cool. Never tried this before. Share screen. And we're going to share this. Okay. Now watch this. You're seeing yourselves, right? But check this out. Boom! I love this. If you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out. So if you can see this, folks, might be hard to read, but I'll read it to you. I made it in the USA Today. Conservative comedian, which, by the way, they asked how would I like to be labeled. I said you can just go ahead and let them know I'm by far the most famous half-Persian comedian with a Muslim-American father. And so she wrote, conservative comedian. I'm not even a conservative comedian. She put that in there to discredit me as if he's not a real comedian. We've put the disclaimer as conservative comedian. Have they ever introduced Trevor Noah as far left radical immigrant from Africa comedian Trevor Noah, who's a far left comedian? No. Have they ever said far radical left comedian Stephen Colbert? Or radical progressive comedian Jimmy Kimmel, pothead? No, they don't say that. But with me, they say conservative comedian to try to... Conservative cancels out comedian, you see? All right, now I'll continue reading. I'm sorry. Conservative comedian Kayvon Moezy, or Kayvon Moezy for my Black History Month. Conservative comedian Kayvon Moezy posted the video on February 14th with title... Kamala Harris is furious about Biden's racism. The video begins with a series of images of President Donald Trump with black women, which is true because Trump has more black friends than Joe Biden, before cutting to several clips of Harris criticizing Biden's record on busing and his remarks about two segregationist senators. Then they put a picture of a dog, a Yorkie, which is cute, but that's not me. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. And that's how you know I made it. When USA Today is calling a liar. A liar. Ujwal Barnal knows what's happening. Don't let him shut you down. Don't let him shut you down. Ujwal knows what's up. I almost said it. Kayvon Moezy. But we don't do that. And we have so many great people. All right. It is now time for the next topic. This one's very important to me. I want to make it very clear. Joe Biden doesn't stutter. Joe Biden does not stutter. Edgar Corgi says, Kayvon, you're talking so much about politics, but have you done any jokes? Listen, Corgi, you are my favorite dog, but remember, I just released a comedy special on Tribar, which is 30 minutes of free jokes for you. It was yesterday. So I would say that's pretty balanced, wouldn't you? If today we're making fun of USA Today, who fact-checked me, and yesterday we gave you 30 minutes of free comedy, stick with us, buddy. Woof! Corgi out. All right. Joe Biden does not stutter. It's important we always remember that. Every day I'm going to remind you when I see you. Joe Biden does not stutter. He may have stuttered when he was a child. We all did. Mom, can I have some ice cream, please? But we all grew up and we did not stutter anymore after that, including Joe Biden, who from the age of 24 to 70 didn't stutter another day in his life. And we have video footage of him talking perfectly fluently. However, the Democrats know something is definitely wrong with Joe. And what is one way you can keep people from criticizing your leading pony? You say he's disabled. If you fake a disability, oh, don't make fun of him. He has a stutter, or he has this, or he has that. Now we're not supposed to joke about him? Okay? Doesn't work. If we go to an old folks home and make fun of somebody that's having memory issues, that's wrong. And all of you should be put to death for that. But if that old person emerges from his assisted living center and demands to be the president of the free world, and half the country allows him to do it, y'all gonna get made fun of for memory loss. Because that's on you. No one's going to the old folks home and making fun of Aunt Edna or, Mr. Bruce or any of these people. But we are going to make fun of the leader of our free nation and the free world. Please understand. Also, Joe Biden doesn't stutter because what we criticize him for is not his stuttering. It's his ability to add, read a teleprompter, think, answer a question in a timely manner. And third of all, Barack Obama stuttered. Nobody stuttered more than Barack Obama. Now, it's very important. I call Michelle every day. I get home and I take a look at Michelle and I say, this country's racist. And but we can do it. That's how Barack talked. Plenty of stuttering. Notice the media never rushed to his aid. Hey, leave him alone. He's stuttering. Because he was cognizant. He was making sense. He was present, and he stuttered. So Barack Obama was the biggest stutterer of all time, and no one made fun of his stutter. And Joe Biden does not stutter. Glad we could clear that up. If you have any more questions about it, please email me so that I can try to explain one more time. Joe Biden does not stutter. Okay? Thank you. The stutter is a actual disability, and it's wrong to pretend you have that disability. And I know a few people who have pretended to have that, and we don't need to go there. They know who they are. All right, those are the main things I wanted to cover. Little fun stuff, just to show you I can make fun of both sides. Unlike Trevor Noah, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, I'm far funnier than them. I can make fun of both sides. We all know Texas went sub-zero. Texas, that is when hell freezes over, okay? The Republican red state of Texas has turned sub-zero, and there was snow and ice all last week. I understand it has melted, but for a whole week, it was covered in snow. I'd never seen anything like it, and I love my friends from Texas, and I can't wait to tour there. But the senator, who is a Republican, left, okay? His name is Ted Cruz. So now, even though it's frozen in Texas, Ted Cruz is in hot water. Boom! What a joke. Look at that. Let's give ourselves a... Cruz is in hot water. However, the snow has now melted, so Ted is now free to cruise. Thank you. Thank you. Ted is now free to cruise in case the audio cut out. You see, 2 jokes about Republicans, so all you leftists can stop crying. My goodness. Now, we're going to go to my final sign out, and then I'm going to answer as many questions as I can quickly. First one. Everyone who's not subscribed, to do it now. YouTube.com, Kayvon Comedy, or Rumble.com, Kayvon Comedy, Instagram.com, Kayvon Comedy, Facebook.com, Kayvon Comedy. That's it. Telegram as well, because it's a matter of time before they ban me from this platform. Can we be honest? I'm going to get banned. because you're not allowed to make fun of. This is a religion now. The far left is a religion. You're not allowed to make fun of the Second Amendment, the way they see it. You cannot make fun of BLM Inc., the racist hate group that causes death and destruction in every city they mostly peacefully visit. You're not allowed to make fun of Harris, Madam Harris. She's a madam, all right. You're not allowed to make fun of bumbling Biden. And if you do, they come up with a trumped up charge like, oh, he's making fun of people with disabilities. Or, oh, he's Islamophobic, xenophobic, sexist, racist, bigoted, transphobic, hater, Hitler, Nazi. There's 9 of them now, I believe. They might have added a new one since we've been on here. So subscribe on there so that no matter which one they ban me from, I'm still hanging on. Next one. If you like these videos, make a one-time donation on GoFundMe.com/thanksgod. And thanks God you are here. And if you want to be a full-time subscriber, that's where you're going to want to go right there, which is Patreon. I thought this was kind of funny. I wanted to see what your opinion was. Take a look. Watch this. We're going to share it one more time. Right here. Check this guy out. If you're not watching on YouTube, this is fun. Just a little thing I'm showing here. But it's the moment you realize your Planet Fitness, right, trainer isn't doing his job. Okay? Because if you've ever been to Planet Fitness, let me tell you how Planet Fitness works. Planet Fitness is the kind of place where you walk in and they're like, it's Pizza Fridays. You came just in time. And Planet Fitness is the kind of place where they ask you, please don't make noise while you're lifting weights. You're being a total gronk. They make up little terms. Are you going to be a grunt and a gronk, or are you going to just lift weights quietly? Well, here's the thing about lifting weights. It's annoying if there's a guy going, ah! Right? Yeah, that's annoying. But what if you're going, and 2, and they're coming over, sir, shh, you're being a total gronk. You see the sign here? Don't be a gronk. And like, what's a gronk? The kind of guy who thinks it's good to make noise while he works out. No, that is oxygen leaving my body because of exertion. I'm not a gronk. Quit making up little like funny buzzwords to mock me. I'm trying to get in shape at this gym. This is not a library. That's Planet Fitness. And then on the way out, they offer you Tootsie Rolls. So that's why this picture, to me, hilarious, is, you're sitting there going, what the heck is this? Take a look. Boom. The moment you realize your Planet Fitness trainer is not always cracked up to be. All right, Instagram. You got to go over there to YouTube. I'm going to answer people's questions and put them on the screen. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. And I'll see you over there on YouTube. Peace. They're gone. Next up, we're back. We're going to answer all these questions. I've got so many comments, hundreds of people watching from around the world. We'll read this one together. Thank you for your honesty with your perfect amount of satire. You're on point, and keep doing what you do. Thank you, MK. That's really nice of you. Very nice of you. And I'm glad you support me. Next. I asked people, what do they think? Does Biden have a stutter? They said, nope. Biden has old-timers disease. Not even Alzheimer's. Old-timers. Which makes sense. 80 years old, traveling the world, trying to secure money for his son so that he can say he didn't take any money from the American people. Well, you laundered it through your buddy. Check this one out. Kayvon, you have a fan in Tokyo. Congrats for your 50th anniversary of comedy. Could you believe M. Suzuki? And I've driven your vehicles. They are quite fine, if you don't mind me saying. And I've also played your instruments. Very good as well. Thank you, Japan. Going live. I just got a sum of money that I don't even know what it's worth. I think it's 1,000 Bitcoin. All from Japan, because the people in Tokyo are so wealthy that 1,000 Bitcoin means nothing to them. And that's what we're talking about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Azine is saying, I don't know if that's 1,000 Bitcoin. But there's a sweaty face emoji there. Beautiful. Here we have Opsec AF, who says, I go to Planet Fitness because I'm cheap. They don't complain when I grunt. All right, good. Well, then you get your grunt on over there at Planet Fitness because they yelled at me. Bill Sheridan is loving the show. Amber Nicole likes it. And Lana Hall. Yes, Planet Fitness does treat you like it's a library. And account admin went there once on Bagel Day. That's got to be fun. You're doing crunches and they're just shoving donuts and bagels in your mouth. Like, come on, dude, you don't want to get too ripped. Leave a little, leave a little definition for the rest of us, bro. You're like, okay, I'm sorry. That is Planet Fitness for you. Someone asked, am I on Hulu? No, I am not, but thank you, Sandy, for the question. Oh, so here's a question I get often, and it's a great one. Anime Fiend 16, have you always been conservative or did you have a red pill moment? Here's the thing about me. I'm from Nevada. We're the Wild West. We're not from LA. Okay, we're not sitting there with like perfect weather, like mom and dad are divorced, so we have two condos to go hang out with. My parents were home all the time. Okay, I didn't call my mom Denise, go surf and catch some waves, bro, where everyone's just gnarly. We had to work hard. The weather was always great. We had to shovel our own driveways of snow. The things that the people in California and Berkeley who are just showing up to class in flip flops, you just can't do. Then I'm in Boy Scouts, I'm in Eagle Scouts. I was taught a lot about our country, how it started. I was taught a lot about the history. If you have a very small, limited amount of knowledge about America, this is what they arm you with at the leftist institutions. Just enough to hate the country. Did you hear we had slavery? Close your books, we're done. And you're like, well, that's messed up. Why did we do that? That's not cool. I'm going to go catch some waves and then tell some black people I love them. No, okay? We had to learn quite a bit more than that. That slavery did not start in America. A lot of California kids don't know that. They think slavery started in America. No, slavery started thousands of years ago, and it's been put upon every single group of people in the world, from Asia to South America. The United States was just one of the many. They weren't taught that. They weren't taught that the first slave owner in the United States was African American. That would have been very important for a lot of people to learn. Then they would know. Well, I guess he was African, not even African American. But slavery started in Africa and the Middle East, and they imported it here. They were making big money on that trade. They showed us a movie in school where where there's a guy, like a bunch of white people got on a boat and went and chased people and threw nets on them and brought them to America. That was not the slave trade. Okay, it'd be very hard to just jump off a boat and start running through the land. And let's face it, white people not the fastest runners stereotypically. So there was a slave trade. African Americans, or let's just say black people, African people, Jamaicans, Brazilians, all were part of this. So if you learn all that, you don't hate your country as much. And just by saying that, that makes you a far-right conservative. I just think it's a knowledgeable person on how the world used to work. And thank goodness we're in a better place now. Right? 2021 in the United States. Would you say racism as an all-time high or an all-time low? Well, you look at TV, there's all different ethnicities on there doing quite well. You look at your neighbors, you look at your office, you look at your coworkers, you go to school. My favorite athletes growing up were all of a different ethnicity than me. I've never seen a Persian American president. I've never seen a Persian sitcom star. I've seen like ensemble, but I've seen, like it was the Jerry Seinfeld show, so there's a nice Jewish guy there. It's Friends. There was no Persian guy in Friends. And I've been to Manhattan. There's plenty of Iranians. They could have put one. There's a show called Blackish. There's no show called Persianish. So I'm looking at this from the outside going, yeah, these Americans don't look too racist to me. And I come from a Muslim immigrant family from Iran. And no, not racist at all. They are getting along great as far as history is concerned. So these are why the things I say are considered far-right conservative, and they're really not. It's just mainstream, but no one else is willing to say it. And then you get your Eagle Scout, and then you go to college, and you don't just accept everything they tell you. And I'm a skeptic, and that helps. If you're a skeptical person, where you don't just believe all the crap people tell you, you tend to think for yourself, and that is something people don't like. And so that's why they label me as a conservative comedian, and really I'm just a regular comedian who like to joke around about all the intricacies of life that mess with all of us. And we all have our own struggles, for sure, for sure. But to think that all white people in America, and as a Persian American, and the most famous half Persian American, I'll tell you, I don't look at white people and think they're all rich. And I don't look at black people like Joe Biden and think they're all poor. I look at all people and go, wow, I bet they all fall all along different spectrums. And I bet the rich one might be poor tomorrow and the poor one today could be rich tomorrow. And that is what America means to me. And that's what's amazing about this country, is just where you start, that's where you'll end. Mind your manners, get a little lucky, work hard, and you will see racism tends to disappear. If only more Americans knew that, it would be great. We do have some super chats that just came in. Apparently, some people liked what I said, and I got some money, which is great because these $5 help. Because what the media wants to do is cancel me. All the things I just said are not allowed. You'll never see me on CNN saying any of that. They don't want to hear from a half Persian who doesn't think like a victim. And I am the biggest victim there is, and I just don't think like it. I realize there's never going to be a half Persian president unless they make me the president, and they're not trying to recruit me. They're never going to give me a sitcom called Half Persian-ish, and they're never going to give me Half Persian History Month, which I have been lobbying for quite a while. All right, next question. This one should be interesting. Kayvon, most of my friends and family are liberal. I can't have political conversations with them without them shouting at me in the room. How do you deal with this? I feel like I can't talk. Red Camel, you're not alone. The reason is a conservative has to hear from leftists all the time. They're on CNN, they're in the classroom, your boss is a leftist, and your secretary and your coworker. So you're always hearing everything, and they speak freely. And then if you were to show up, they could wear a Barack Obama t-shirt and show up to the company picnic with a Black Lives Matter pin and all this, and it's all to be applauded. Now, the day you show up with a pro-life pin, suddenly it's like, hey, what are you trying to do here, Mr. Camel? Because we're trying to make sure nobody gets offended. You're like, well, no, I just like babies and I'm pro-life, Mr. Camel. We don't allow for political, especially divisive political things here. Now go put on your Barack Obama hat and get in line with everyone else. That's how the dorky boss talks to you at your corporate job. And if you put on, for heaven forbid, they all wearing the Barack Obama hats, and you just show up, hey guys, I just want to be your friend, I'm wearing my Donald Trump hat. What are you doing? You're a racist. You didn't tell us you were a racist. We've been working with you for 18 years. We didn't even know you were a racist. Do you see the disconnect? So I feel your pain. You're not allowed to talk to them. They have information. The news has told them this is the rule book. Anyone who votes like this, talks like this, acts like this, they're all racist, they're all Nazis, they're all Hitler. Shout them down, tell them shut up, and tell your boss to get them out of the way. And that's what you're dealing with. And my advice to you, it's very hard, is try not to talk to them about politics if you want to get along. And if you want to get aggressive, go head up with them. Or what Scott Adams says, who's an amazing thinker and persuasion artist, is, well, I understand you, let's give an example. I understand you hate Donald Trump. Can you give me your top 2 biggest reasons why? And they'll say, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a racist and he hates women. Then you could say, well, since those are your top 2, I just want to address those 2. And then let's just talk about sports or whatever. But you say he's racist. Are you aware that he has promoted several minority leaders? He's donated money to black causes, and he tapped Dr. Ben Carson, as well as worked with, Omarosa. He's worked with all the celebrities, all the rappers. So would a true white supremacist racist feel that comfortable working in such close quarters with so many different ethnicities? And they're like, whatever, he just did that to show he's not racist. You're like, all right, fine. So I guess if a racist is willing to work and promote all those different people and compliment them in public, then I suppose, he could be racist, but it's fairly on the good end. That's a positive racist, I guess. Okay, and your next one was he hates all women. Well, he only had women press secretaries speaking for him the last 3 years of his presidency, and of course he promoted his own daughter, and he thinks very highly of her. And well, as a matter of fact, he's also put some people in his cabinet that are females that are, you may not agree with them, but Betsy DeVos. She was a CEO of a company, and now she was there. Whatever, those aren't women, those are conservatives. Oh, okay, so conservative cancels out vaginas. Got you. All right, well then, hey, let's just talk about sports. And they're like, all right, cool. Hey, don't you think Colin Kaepernick should still be in the NFL? And you're like, oh, you can't even talk about sports. And that's going to happen. So I'm just giving you a rundown of what will happen when you talk. Now, Robin Carl has a show she wants to see, Whitish. I think that would be good. And they should shoot it in Whitefish, Montana. That would be great. Azine says, USA is the best country to exist in right now. Well, that brings me to my next point. It turns out, and you're not going to believe this, Stevie Wonder has announced, you can look it up, Stevie Wonder has announced he is moving to Ghana. He said he's had enough of America. He just wants to get out. He doesn't feel safe here. And so he's moving to Ghana. Now, my mind as a comedian was like, maybe his handlers are just going to take him to Baltimore and tell him he's in Ghana. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. It's Stevie Wonder, and we wish for him the best. Maybe they say, Stevie, you want to go on a field trip to Kenya? And they just take him to downtown Detroit. I mean, I don't know what they have planned. It's Stevie, and I hope the best for him. But I tell you, you leave America, you're gonna be sorry. This would be a great time for a sound. Oh, we have a new suggestion. Evelyn says, there should be a show, Fresh Off the Kebab. Yes, I think that would be a great one. It could be about an Iranian man who's going on a diet and he has to eat American food for the next 6 months, called Fresh Off the Kebab, and he'll lose 30 pounds in a week. Next, Kayvon, you are a good comedian. We have some ha-ha-has and we have some hystericals. Thank you. And a super chat. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a lot to say, but I live in a red state. How do I find a liberal to argue with? Great question, great question. Rusty, if you want to argue with a liberal, all you got to do is go in the comments section of my videos. They pop up well, what's funny is 85 million people voted for Joe Biden, but every time I make fun of him, there's only 2 or 3 out of 1,000 comments who come in to support him. So I guess his 85 million supporters are just tired or dead at the moment and not able to stick up for their hero. It's been very interesting, very interesting. All right. Here we have Linda Perry. President Trump gives to charities. He did not take a salary as president each month, and he gave them all to different things. Yes, and one of them was the military vets, and my couple videos are going to be on the military vets coming out once a week on Mondays, so you're going to like that one. We just found out where all of Biden's voters went. They just recently, fresh out of time, they're all gone. Steph Finmore says, the problem with Stevie Wonder? He couldn't see a reason to stay in America. Thank you. Fabulous. This is why I like my new streaming software. It's been brought to my attention that we do have some trolls in here, so feel free to, Rusty, you want to start arguing with the trolls? They are right here. And this is an interesting point. Biden always tries to pander to the African American vote, and he does it often, and he does it wrong. He'll say things like, well, they don't know how to use computers, so we need to help them. Well, then how do they vote for you? How do they register online and then vote for you, Joe? Are they the smartest computer whizzes in the world that navigated the first ever online voting and mail-in voting record-breaking numbers? Or are they so dumb they don't know how to use computers and you need to help them 2 months later? Or could they do both? They're just going back and forth. This is what doesn't make sense. So anyways, as Joe has supposedly pandered to the African American community, he has not really done anything for them the whole month of February, and it has been sad. Some people are wondering where their check is. I'm wondering the same thing. That's why all those super chats are amazing. Thank you. And this is an interesting one. Trump was able to write off his salary by giving it away, less taxes to pay. Well, the whole thing about less taxes to pay is You pay taxes based on what you make. So yes, if he donates 500 grand, he does not have to pay taxes on it. But that's not good necessarily. It's great for the donation, but it's not like, oh, he made money. What would have been better for him personally was keep 500 grand, pay 40% tax rate, which is 200, and pays 200 grand to the government in the taxes, and he keeps 300 grand. So when people go, yeah, well, he got a write-off. Yes, by donating his 500 grand salary, he did not have to pay 200 grand in taxes, but he also did not get to keep 300 grand, and that is why it was nice of him to donate the full amount. He didn't need the money. Will Biden donate his full salary? Put it in the comments. Let's see. Let's see if you guys believe Joe Biden will donate the money, or will he funnel it to his son, Hunter Crackpipe Biden, or will he keep it and ask for a raise like Bill Clinton did when he was getting paid by it? And there we go. Here we are. Stuttergate couldn't have done that math. That's right. A lot of people that criticize me cannot do that kind of math in their head, which is 500,000 times 40% tax rate, and then, and so on. All right, we believe most people will funnel it. Funnel not even a portion of it. These are the votes. Give it to family. This is a great one. These comments are going by so fast, you guys. Okay, this is my favorite one. I like that one. So we're going to go ahead and highlight that one for a second. And well, folks, I didn't think I was going to go on this long. 51 minutes. And I didn't think you'd stay around this long either. But thank you so much. We have super chats coming in. The donations help. And yeah, look at that. Money for the big guy. You see, Hunter Biden had a laptop, and there was all kinds of evidence found on it, and then voicemails and phone calls and text messages, and the money was supposed to go to the big guy. Okay? And the big guy was Joe Biden, we believe. Thank you so much. Look at that super chat. Carria, which is an interesting way to spell it. Tabaksha. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that super chat. That was so cool of you. I'm going to give you a big awesome. All right. If you enjoy my show, put it in the comments. If you like it, let me know. I do try to do the following schedule. 1 minute Mondays, where I give you a sound bite or a 1 minute bite of what the mainstream media is refusing to tell you. And it's easy to share. Everyone's got a minute to learn from me and the videos about what's going on out there that the media tries to hide. Every Monday, look for that. Every Thursday is a Throwback Thursday rewind video. I'm trying to show you my stand-up clips. I don't want to get lost in the mud talking about politics, because one day all these idiots will be out of office, and what am I going to do? There are comedians out there who are still trying to do their Ronald Reagan jokes. That's not me. I'm always reinventing myself and growing and following what's happening and evolving. So I always want to reintroduce you to my old stand-up clips as well, so you can understand that I'm not just a Joe Biden comedian, a conservative comedian, or what they call a her. And that is the problem with the far left. They are complete losers. All they had to make fun of was Donald Trump for the last 4 or 5 years, and now there's a huge hole there, and they're not willing to make fun of Biden, so they're just like, this was crazy. Did you guys see Ted Cruz left town? And you're like, bro, lame. That's why we're doing so well over here. Oh, we got another super chat. Thank you so much. The super chats help cover the cost of producing this. Even just having the camera and the Wi-Fi and everything comes up to close to $150 a month just to have the setup, let alone keep it going. So thanks to just tonight alone, you guys have helped me cover a full month worth of a subscription service on my streaming software. Thank you. Here we are. Very interesting question here. I am American. My name is Tina, and I am not racist by any stretch, but I've often wondered how it is not racist to have the Black Television Network, Black Miss America, Black College Fund, and while the government is supposed to not be racist or biased giving any support to people, however, you can't do it. It's a very, very curious thing, and as a half Persian comedian, I'm going to have to just say it for you, because if you even broach that subject, they call you a racist. Then they talk about, well, the history and the long-standing problems, and we have to go back further and further. I'm talking about our generation, 1990 on. Our favorite basketball player was hanging from every boy's wall. He had 2 basketballs in his hand. It was Michael Jordan. Does anyone have that picture? Did anybody used to have that picture in their room? He had 2 basketballs. I couldn't even put my hand around. I couldn't even hold the basketball under my t-shirt. And he had them in each hand, just wow. Then our favorite baseball player was Bo Jackson. Until it was time to watch football, then Bo Jackson was our favorite football player. Okay? And then Oprah, our mom, all of our half Persian and half white moms were watching Oprah. Mom didn't have a problem with Oprah until the LGBTQ Ellen came along. No one is racist. I really believe no one is racist. There's people who are hateful. There's people who are angry. There's people who don't like a group, a stereotypical action of a group. Okay? Imagine if a bunch of Persians came your way and you're just like a regular white guy and a bunch of Persians came your way. Okay? You're like, oh God, they're going to sell me a BMW. Oh God. That's not really racist. You're just like, I've walked by the mall kiosk before. They tried to sell me their saltwater creams. That's fine if you think that, because maybe that's what you've experienced. And then they're like, no, I just wanted to say hey and offer you this kebab. You're like, oh my God, that's cool. But the idea that everyone is a racist and we have this huge problem of racism in this country is the most played out, used for political gain, trash to try to divide us. And that is why I don't fall for it, and that's why I'm getting such a large fan base, because I believe 60% of this country does not believe that. 60% of this country does not believe we're all racist, and we have this huge problem. The really loud minority, they're all in college, and they're all on TV, and they're all on tech companies. I would say 20% of the loud minority are trying to tell us we're all racist, and this is the biggest boogeyman ever. It's this imaginary thing we have to fight, racism. Okay? They love to fight imaginary things. Not the budget or the deficit or taxes or things you can, the homeless problem. No, let's talk about racism. I don't want to deal with stuff I can actually show that I fixed. I don't like tangible stuff. And so racism is this imaginary thing we can all fight ghosts. Let's just punch in the air. Did you fight a racist today? I hit 2. Yeah, me, I hit 4. That's what they're doing, and they're garbage. And, punch a Nazi. If everyone wants to go punch a Nazi, well, you missed your chance. How many of you leftists would have gone to punch a Nazi in 1940 when they were shooting back? That's when we needed you guys. Take your soy lattes over there and your longboards and your man buns. Go punch some Nazis when you have to storm the beach first. That's when we needed you. All right, everyone's saying share the videos. We went on long. We went on 1 hour. Okay? And there are some trolls in here. We all know there's a troll. And the great thing about trolls is there should be 84 million of you, bro. Broette. Why are you the only one here? Where's all your people? You're just outing yourself. All right. So we got people laughing at the man buns, people laughing about the comedy. And we got the woke jokes coming in here, and that's fine. But we have to give shout outs to everyone who threw down a super chat. If you like to support my videos, there's only 3 things you need to worry about. Throw a super chat in, be a Patreon, or just hit share. That's the low budget way. Anyone can click share or leave a comment. The algorithm goes through the roof. All right, you guys, I talked way too long. Many people have said that, including my haters. But they love watching, though. So, I want you all to have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of it with me. We had a really good time, actually. And I always like to do this right here. Throw that on the screen. And how about a little goodbye from Reno? See, the problem is little baby Reno's here. And we want to make sure he makes an appearance. Reno, come on. Come on, boy. Come on. You're not sleepy. Come here. Come here. They want to see you. They want to see you. Okay. You can sit on the chair. Okay. Sit. Sit, boy. There you go. Say hi to everyone. He was sleeping, so you can understand. Buddy, they gave a super chat. Is that good? Hey. Hey, don't be shy. You're gonna get a bone with the super chat. You want the bone? Speak. Speak. Look, because of them, you're gonna get a bone. Okay? You want the bone? Speak. Stay. He's ready to jump. Part of it is he doesn't like this chair. Reno. What is that? Okay. Poor guy. Alright, goodbye everybody. We're gonna feed Reno this little treat and then we're gonna... He doesn't want a treat. You made him camera shy. This is your fault. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.